In this tutorial, I'll be talking more about the supporting elements in PLGen, which are columns, walls, piles, soil support, wall assembly, beams, and their properties. I will start off with a new file in PLGen. I will draw a simple slab, column, and wall. So first of all, I'm going to toggle on the grid. I'm going to go and toggle on the draw mode. And then I'm going to draw first my slab. And then column. And then I'm going to draw the wall. I'm going to go to the select mode and choose the first object as a slab, column, and a wall support. Right click on the column to open this properties dialog box. There are different properties as mentioned before, but what concerns us is that the column has a user-defined CG and stiffness. Close this dialog property box and right click to open the wall's properties dialog box. The properties are much more different than the column. It has normal adjustable properties and the number of divisions. Now close this properties dialog box and toggle on the divisions button. Now as you notice, the number of divisions of the wall support are 4. However, this number can be changed. For the purpose of this second part of this demonstration, I've joined the wall to the column as you've noticed here. Now select both the column and wall load, and I'm going to click on wall assembly. Now notice that after the wall assembly was created, the number of divisions created became 4 for both, even though the column had 1 division. Now right click to open the properties dialog box. Since we combined the two, we have a common CG and a common number of divisions. And if I change the number of divisions here, it will be changed for both of them. And notice at the bottom there's a button called Explode, allowing the user to separate the objects. I'll try it, so I'm going to click on Explode here and zoom up and down. Now right click on what used to be the column. Now as you notice that the wall's property dialog box appears. Close it and right click on the wall, and the wall properties dialog box appears as well. Notice that the column has become a wall after it was exploded. The CG of an object is important as it is considered in the theory of parallel access for calculating the inertia of the object, and is used in both the wall assembly and the column. The use of the wall assembly allows me to create different combinations of complex supporting elements such as broken shear walls to simulate realistic situations. Now I'll move on to soil support, but before I do that, I'm going to close this properties dialog box. I'm going to click OK over here, and I'm going to center this model in the center of the workspace. What I'm going to do, the soil support is basically used to simulate the soil supporting the building foundation. So I'm going to go to draw mode, and I'm going to draw a simple object. And then I'm going to go to the select mode, and then select it, right click, and I'm going to select it as a soil support. And click OK. The soil support is divided up into 4 divisions going both ways, as you notice here. The soil support is considered as a patch of continuous springs, which takes into consideration the vertical stiffness only, and does not consider the rotational stiffness. Right click on it to open its properties dialog box. Now, as you notice, there is Ks and the number of division. Ks is the modulus of the subgrade reaction, which is the force divided by the length cubed. Soil support is useful in representing Winkler springs, or for simulating very thick walls, as the number of divisions can be adjusted accordingly. I'm going to click OK to close this properties dialog box. Piles can be entered into the PLGen using circular columns, and we covered that already in another previous tutorials. And the settings can be defined as required. But usually, to consider it as a pile, it would be suggested that it will be placed below. The beams are also considered as supporting elements. However, I covered beams in tutorial 6. And this concludes our tutorial.